Hello everyone. We all go through pain, struggle, and moments where giving up feels easier than going on. But sometimes, all it takes is one story to light that spark again. In this video, I have combined some of the most powerful, motivational stories, each with a lesson, a truth, and a message that could stay with you forever. So sit back, watch till the end, and let these stories remind you of who you are and what you are truly capable of. Let's begin.
Three Chairs, a story of relationships and resilience. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Today, we are listening to The Three Chairs. In life, there are three kinds of people you should never forget. Those who helped you in difficult times, those who left you in difficult times, and those who put you in difficult times. This is Kabir Verma, a name known in business circles. A man praised for his discipline and vision. But today, he isn't thinking about success or fame. That letter, it was more than ink on paper. It was a memory, a reminder. Kabir folded it gently and stepped outside. Not to escape his life, but to return to where it all began. A train was waiting. Just like the past, always waiting to be revisited. 25 years ago, Kabir arrived in this small village with dust on his shoes and sorrow in his heart. His father had just passed. Relatives took everything. He had nowhere to go. He wandered, hungry, tired, until he collapsed near a tea stall. Bhola, at Pita, sit down. Drink this. You look like the world forgot you. But I won't. That was Bhola Kaka. A man with little money, but a heart overflowing with warmth. For weeks, Kabir slept behind that stall, studied under a dim lantern, and worked for a few rupees. He wanted more from life. Bhola gave him that belief. The day Kabir got his scholarship, Bhola handed him a small wooden chair. Bhola, take this, so you never forget where you once sat, when the world had no seat for you. Kabir never forgot. The stall was gone now. A photo of Bhola hung near a dusty wall. Kabir placed flowers beneath it. Kabir, you saved me without asking for anything. Thank you. In college, Kabir had a friend, Ravi. They shared dreams, meals, secrets. Kabir thought this bond was unbreakable. But when Kabir's startup failed and debts mounted, Ravi disappeared. He stood outside Ravi's door once, drenched. No one opened. The silence was louder than any rejection. Time passed. Wounds healed. But scars remain. Now, in a cafe, Ravi sat across from him, older, nervous. Ravi, I was scared, Kabir. I didn't know how to handle your pain. I ran. I'm sorry. Kabir, I forgive you. But I'll never forget the silence. It taught me who stays and who fades. Fresh out of college, Kabir joined a firm run by Mr. Thakur. Sharp suit, sharp words, and even sharper deals. Kabir discovered something illegal, a scam involving client funds. He refused to be part of it. That's when everything changed. Overnight, false reports surfaced. His name was smeared. He was fired, shamed, and abandoned. At his lowest, he sat alone in a park, wondering if he should give up. A little girl ran by, dropped her balloon. It floated into his hands. It said, "Don't let go." That moment, small but powerful, gave him one more breath. Now, Kabir stood at an awards function. Mr. Thakur was there, old, unrecognizable. They locked eyes. Kabir, I remember what you did. But I also remember what I did after. I rebuilt. And for that, thank you. The Three Chairs. Kabir entered his study. 3 chairs stood before him. One small and wooden. A gift from Bhola. One empty and plastic. A reminder of Ravi. One broken and cracked. Thakur's legacy. Kabir, these are the chairs of my life. One gave me hope. One gave me silence. One gave me pain. All gave me wisdom. We all have 3 chairs in our life. Don't hate them. Don't worship them. Just remember them. Because they built the chair you are sitting on today. The 3 chairs. A story by my YouTube channel. Subscribe for more inspiring stories. Caretaker who became a judge. Every morning, before the first bell rang, Yuvan was already there. He was the caretaker, the silent guardian of Northwood High. His days were filled with the mundane, the repetitive, the unseen. The swish of his mop echoed in the empty hallways. The hum of the vacuum cleaner was his constant companion. He was as familiar as the creaking floorboards beneath your feet. He was the silent guardian of empty classrooms, the keeper of order in the quiet hours. But beneath his humble profession, a hidden ambition burned. A dream that whispered in the quiet corners of his mind. After the last student left and the school fell silent, Yuvan's transformation began. He retreated to a small, cluttered corner of the library. This was his sanctuary, his escape. He traded his mop for law textbooks. The caretaker became a law student, fueled by an unyielding desire. He devoured legal principles with intense concentration. He watched recorded lectures, absorbing every word, every precedent. He practiced arguments in his head, preparing for a future that seemed impossibly distant. His quiet determination was his greatest strength, a fire that burned despite his circumstances. Years melted away in a blur of late nights and early mornings. The school, once just a workplace, became his sanctuary, his focus shifting. The familiar scent of cleaning fluid was replaced by the musty smell of old books. The mop and bucket were slowly replaced by legal knowledge. He absorbed every detail, every nuance, every case. He was building a new foundation, brick by brick. Then came the day he had been working towards for so long. He passed the bar exam. Yuvan, the caretaker, was now Yuvan, the lawyer. And then, an even greater surprise. An appointment as a judge. His first day in court was a whirlwind of formality and expectation. The weight of the robe felt heavy on his shoulders. He took his seat, robed and dignified, a figure of authority. Then, a flicker of recognition. Mrs. Peterson, the school librarian, was in the gallery. Her eyes widened in surprise and admiration. Yuvan presided with quiet authority, his judgments tempered by wisdom and understanding. He delivered justice with humility, remembering his own journey. He understood the weight of each decision, the impact it would have on people's lives. He returned to the school, not with a mop in hand, but in his judicial robes. He stood before the students and teachers, a living testament to the power of dreams. He shared his journey, his struggles, his triumphs. He spoke of perseverance, of dedication, of the unwavering belief in oneself. His voice, once a whisper in the hallways, now resonated with conviction. He wanted them to understand that anything was possible. His concluding message echoed through the auditorium: no job defines your worth. Your effort does. We often see people for what they do, not for who they are. We label them, categorize them, and limit them with our own perceptions. But what if we looked beyond the surface? What if we recognized the potential that lies dormant within each and every one of us? This is the story of Yuvan, a man who defied expectations and proved that dreams can blossom in the most unexpected places. He was a caretaker, a humble servant, but within him resided the heart of a future judge. His story is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of self-belief, and the transformative potential that lies within us all. Yuvan's days were a symphony of routine. The early morning silence broken only by the clatter of his keys. The rhythmic swish of the mop against the linoleum floor. The drone of the vacuum cleaner, a constant companion in his solitary world. He moved through the empty classrooms and silent hallways, a ghost in the machine of the school. He was a fixture, a part of the background, as familiar as the peeling paint and the worn-out textbooks. He was unseen, unheard, and largely unappreciated. But within this seemingly monotonous existence, a spark of ambition flickered. A dream that refused to be extinguished by the weight of his daily grind. A vision of a future far removed from the custodial closet and the endless cycle of cleaning. After the last bell rang and the school emptied, Yuvan's secret life began. He would retreat to a quiet corner of the library, a sanctuary amidst the chaos of the day. There, surrounded by towering stacks of books, he would transform. The caretaker shed his uniform and donned the mantle of a scholar. He immersed himself in the world of law, devouring textbooks with an insatiable hunger. He watched recorded lectures, rewinding and replaying them until the complex legal concepts became clear. He practiced arguments in his head, debating with imaginary opponents, honing his skills in the art of persuasion. He was building a new foundation, one law book at a time, fueled by an unwavering belief in his own potential. The years that followed were a testament to Yuvan's dedication and sacrifice. Late nights bled into early mornings. Weekends were spent poring over legal documents instead of relaxing. He sacrificed leisure, comfort, and social life in pursuit of his dream. He faced countless obstacles, moments of doubt, and the constant pressure of balancing his demanding job with his rigorous studies. But he never wavered. He never gave up. He kept his eye on the prize, fueled by the unwavering belief that his hard work would eventually pay off. He understood that success was not a gift, but a reward earned through relentless effort and unwavering commitment. He embraced the struggle, knowing that it was forging him into the person he was destined to become. The day he received the news that he had passed the bar exam was a moment of pure elation. Years of sacrifice, dedication, and unwavering belief had finally culminated in this triumph. Arthur, the caretaker, was now Yuvan the lawyer. He had defied the odds, shattered expectations, and proven that anything is possible with enough hard work and determination. His journey was an inspiration to all who knew him, a testament to the power of the human spirit. But his journey was far from over. This was just the beginning of a new chapter, a new challenge, a new opportunity to make a difference in the world. The appointment as a judge was an unexpected honor, a testament to his integrity, his intelligence, and his unwavering commitment to justice. He approached his new role with humility and a deep sense of responsibility. He understood the weight of his decisions, the impact they would have on the lives of those who appeared before him. He vowed to be fair, impartial, and compassionate, always striving to uphold the principles of justice and equality. He brought to the bench a unique perspective, shaped by his years of experience as a caretaker, a student, and a lawyer. He understood the struggles of ordinary people, the challenges they faced, and the importance of giving everyone a fair hearing. Returning to the school, not as a caretaker, but as a judge, was a surreal and deeply emotional experience. He stood before the students and teachers, a living embodiment of the power of dreams. He shared his story, his struggles, and his triumphs, hoping to inspire them to believe in themselves and to pursue their own passions with unwavering determination. He wanted them to understand that their circumstances did not define them, that their potential was limitless. He spoke with passion and conviction, his words resonating with the students and teachers alike. He reminded them that education was the key to unlocking their potential, that hard work and perseverance were the keys to achieving their dreams. His concluding message was simple, yet profound: no job defines your worth. Your effort does. He wanted them to understand that true success was not measured by wealth or status, but by the impact they had on the world. He encouraged them to embrace challenges, to learn from their mistakes, and to never give up on their dreams. He reminded them that they had the power to shape their own destinies, to create a better future for themselves and for generations to come. Yuvan's story is a reminder that potential lies within us all, waiting to be awakened. It is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of self-belief, and the transformative potential that resides within each and every one of us. So, dare to dream, dare to believe, and dare to unleash the extraordinary potential that lies within you.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Here, you will find inspirational and moral stories, rewritten in my own words. Stories I have read, loved, or felt deeply connected to. I am excited to share my first video, The Boy Who Borrowed Time. A heart-touching story about the value of time and living each moment wisely. Once upon a time, in a small town, lived a 12-year-old boy named Ansh. Ansh was smart and kind, but he had one big problem. He always delayed everything. Homework? I will do it later. Helping mom? Just 5 more minutes. Even playing outside with friends, he would say, maybe tomorrow. He believed he had all the time in the world. One evening, after another day of doing nothing useful, Ansh sat on his bed and mumbled, if only I had more time. Then I would do everything. Suddenly, the room grew quiet. The clock on the wall stopped ticking. A soft, glowing light filled the room, and in the corner appeared a gentle-looking old man with white hair and kind eyes. Who are you? Ansh whispered. I am the keeper of time, the man said, smiling. I heard your wish. I can give you more time. Borrow it from your future, and use it now. Ansh's eyes lit up. Really? That means I will never run out of time. The old man nodded. But remember, borrowed time always comes with a price. Ansh didn't think twice. Yes, I want it. From the next day, Ansh felt like magic was happening. He finished homework easily. He had time to help at home, play games, and still relax. It was like every day had more hours than before. But slowly, something strange started to happen. His friends began calling him Uncle, as a joke. He noticed white strands in his hair. He felt tired even in the morning. One day, he looked in the mirror and didn't recognize himself. His face looked older, much older. Panicked, he called out to the old man. You said I could borrow time. I didn't know it would make me grow old. The old man appeared again. You borrowed time from your future. That future is now missing in you. Tears rolled down Ansh's cheeks. Please, I want to go back. I want to live my life slowly. I will never waste time again. The old man placed a hand on Ansh's shoulder. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. It's not about how much time you have. It's about what you do with it. He smiled and faded away. The next morning, Ansh woke up back to his normal age. He looked at the clock and smiled. From that day on, Ansh didn't delay. He didn't waste time. He lived each day with purpose, not rushing, not delaying, just living fully. Moral of the story. Time is a gift. Use it wisely before it uses you. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Today, we are listening to The Boy Who Could Hear Thoughts. Let's begin. One day, Aryan woke up with a strange power. He could hear what people were thinking. He thought it would be fun. But then he heard his smiling teacher, I feel like I am not good enough. His joking friend, I hope they don't know I am scared. Even his mom, I just want a break, but I can't show it. Aryan was quiet after that. He helped more, judged less, smiled kindly, even as to strangers, because now he knew everyone is hiding something. Kindness matters. Moral, if you could hear their hearts, you treat them gently.
Please, like, share, subscribe.
Everyone.
How are you all? Welcome to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Today, we are listening to The Coin That Came Back. Let's begin. One rainy evening, Anaya, a schoolgirl, saw an old woman searching her pockets near a tea stall. The woman looked hungry, but had no money. Anaya quietly gave her a 10-rupee coin. The woman looked at her, smiled softly, and said, Thank you, dear. May this kindness come back to you. Anaya smiled and walked away. Months later, Anaya's father lost his job. Money was tight. One day, her school fees were due, but she didn't tell anyone. At the end of class, her teacher called her. Someone paid your fees anonymously, she said. Left a note for the girl who helps without asking why. Anaya stood still, eyes wide. She never found out who it was, but she smiled, because somehow, that 10-rupee coin had come back. With interest. Moral, kindness given never goes to waste. It always finds a way back.
Please, like, share, subscribe.
Back to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Today, we are listening to If Only You Knew Why. Tanya always said no. No to parties. No to school trips. No to group projects. Everyone called her rude. arrogant, a loner. One day, a classmate whispered, "Don't bother asking her. She thinks she's better than us." Tanya heard it, but she stayed quiet. That evening, her teacher visited her home by chance. She saw Tanya feeding her paralyzed mother. She saw piles of medicine on the table. She saw tired eyes hiding behind a quiet face. The next day, Tanya walked into class and for the first time no one judged her silence. Moral: if only you knew why. You judge my actions, but you don't know my reasons, because you're not in my shoes. Back to my YouTube channel, where short stories bring big lessons. Today, we are listening to The Quiet Ones Have the Loudest Stories. Arav had just joined a new school. Young, energetic, ready to inspire. On his first day, his attention was drawn to one student, Ishan. He sat alone, head down, always late, always silent. Arav asked another teacher, "What's his story?" A shrug. "Some kids just don't want to be helped." Days passed. Ishan never smiled. Assignments? Incomplete. Group work? He avoided everyone. He was polite, but distant. Arav tried to reach out. "Need help?" "No." "Want to talk?" "No." It was like speaking to a locked door. One morning, Ishan walked in late again. Arav snapped. "Why do you even come to school, Ishan? You don't try. You don't care. Just leave if you want to waste your time." Ishan didn't argue. He quietly picked up his bag and walked out. Later that evening, Arav stayed back to prepare lessons. As he walked past the corridor, he froze. Ishan was sleeping on the bench. A torn school bag, a worn-out lunch box, dark circles under his eyes. Arav stared, then turned to the security guard nearby and asked, "Why is he still here?" The guard looked up from his chair and said, "Where else will he go? His mother's in the hospital. Father left years ago. He works nights washing dishes at a small eatery. He only comes here to keep a promise to his mom that he'll finish school." Arav stood there, speechless. All this time, he had judged a single page of a story he never took the time to read. In class, Arav didn't lecture. He didn't call roll. He just stood in front of the class and said softly, "Sometimes we speak without knowing the story. We judge by one page. But every person is a book we haven't read yet." And this time, Ishan looked up and for the first time, he smiled.
Please, like, share, subscribe.
Man who failed 99 times, a story of resilience. This is the story of a man who dared to dream, who stumbled and fell, not once, but 99 times. His journey is a testament to the power of persistence, a beacon of hope for anyone who has ever faced adversity. It's a reminder that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone towards it. He refused to let setbacks define him. He embraced failure not as an ending, but as a transformative experience. His unwavering dream fueled him through the darkest of times, proving that even in the face of repeated defeat, the human spirit can triumph. From a young age, he possessed an unshakable belief in his ability to make a mark on the world. He was driven by a burning desire to create something meaningful, something lasting. This ambition led him down a path paved with both promise and peril. His first venture was a small bakery, a humble attempt to share his passion for creating delicious treats. But the sweet aroma of success quickly turned sour. Poor management and unforeseen circumstances led to its downfall. Undeterred, he channeled his energy into a clothing store, envisioning a heaven of style and self-expression. Yet, once again, fate dealt him a cruel hand. The venture crumbled, leaving him disheartened and questioning his abilities. Discouragement threatened to consume him, whispering doubts and urging him to give up. But deep within, a flicker of defiance ignited. He refused to be defeated. He embarked on a series of ventures, each one brimming with potential, each one ultimately ending in disappointment. He poured his heart and soul into every endeavor, only to watch them crumble before his eyes. A failed investment in a groundbreaking invention left him financially strained. A bad real estate deal wiped out his savings, leaving him teetering on the brink of despair. Adding to his woes, heartbreak struck in his personal relationships. The emotional toll of repeated failures weighed heavily on his spirit. It seemed as though the universe was conspiring against him. With each setback, a piece of his confidence chipped away. The weight of repeated failures threatened to crush his spirit. Doubt crept in, whispering insidious lies about his worth and potential. Yet, amidst the darkness, a flicker of hope remained. Fueled by an unwavering self-belief, he refused to surrender to despair. He clung to the conviction that his dreams were still within reach. He began to analyze his mistakes, dissecting each failure to understand where he went wrong. He adapted his strategies, learning from his past experiences and refining his approach. He realized that failure wasn't a dead end, but a stepping stone. Each setback provided valuable lessons, guiding him closer to his ultimate goal. He embraced the process of learning and adaptation, transforming his defeats into opportunities for growth. Through the crucible of repeated failures, he developed an extraordinary resilience. He learned to bounce back from adversity with unwavering determination. He discovered the strength within himself to overcome any obstacle. He gained a profound understanding of his strengths and weaknesses. He learned to leverage his talents and mitigate his shortcomings. This self-awareness became his greatest asset. He began making better decisions, guided by wisdom gleaned from his past mistakes. He approached each new venture with a clearer vision and a more strategic mindset. He transformed from a naive dreamer into a seasoned strategist. He understood that he couldn't navigate this challenging journey alone. He surrounded himself with supportive people who believed in his vision. He sought out mentors who could offer guidance and encouragement. During his darkest times, he drew strength from the unwavering support of his loved ones. Their belief in him fueled his determination to keep going, even when he felt like giving up. He recognized the importance of building a strong network of support. After 99 failed attempts, he decided to launch a community center. It was a place where people could come together to learn, connect, and support one another. He poured his heart and soul into this new venture, driven by a deep desire to make a positive impact on his community. Finally, after years of struggle and sacrifice, his business began to flourish. The community center became a thriving hub of activity, providing valuable resources and opportunities for local residents. He had finally achieved the success he had so long sought. His success wasn't just measured in business prosperity. It was reflected in the profound personal growth he had experienced along the way. He had become a beacon of hope for others, a living testament to the power of resilience. He was no longer defined by his failures, but by the lessons he had learned. He had transformed into a compassionate and resilient individual, shaped by the trials and tribulations he had overcome. He had discovered that true success lies not in the absence of failure, but in the ability to rise above it. He had become a master of resilience, a champion of the human spirit. He began sharing his story with others, inspiring them to pursue their dreams despite the inevitable setbacks. He became a mentor and a guide, helping others navigate their own challenges and overcome their own obstacles. His greatest victory wasn't the success of his business, but the person he had become. He had transformed from a struggling entrepreneur into a source of inspiration for countless others. His journey had taught him the true meaning of success. It wasn't about wealth or fame, but about the impact he had on the world and the character he had developed along the way. He had discovered that the ultimate victory lies in the journey itself.